Hello, beautiful light workers and starseeds, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Evelyn Barta, and today I am back with a new guidance and then also a new video based on my research about what is going on behind the scenes, what is going on behind the official narrative, and why I think that we are being distracted. So if you haven't watched my previous video where I talk about the economy in 2021 and 2022, then please watch that video. I will link it there because it is very linked to what I will be talking about in today's video. We are in a very, very intense month, which I also discussed in my November energy update video. So we knew that it's going to be an intense month because of certain astrological aspects as well. And yes, it is very intense, and we are being fed with a lot of information from all over the place, from different sources. Yes, as I said, we are being distracted, and we can no longer escape what is going on. We can no longer escape the reality of our society. Even if we try hard, it is in our face, and we have to deal with it. We have to see the truth and to stop being in denial about what is going on, even though the truth can be very, very upsetting first. As it upsets me when I was doing my research about these things, I was really, really pissed and very, very upset. But I did let myself to be upset, because when you let yourself to go to an extreme and then you do it consciously and you let those emotions of anger, of feeling betrayed, to come to the surface and to run their course without judgment, without trying to change those emotions, then they will eventually disappear. So I would challenge everyone and encourage everyone to go down the rabbit hole, do your research, let anger to come to the surface, hold both opposite extremes of every situation, because when you do that, then you will come back naturally to the middle and you will no longer identify yourself with any of those extremes. So there was a point in my life when, for example, last year when the pandemic started, when I wasn't able to watch any of those videos that were considered conspiracy videos, because first of all, I felt like I couldn't discern if that information that those videos contained were true or not. Secondly, I felt like if I go down the rabbit hole and I find out the truth, then that might be very, very challenging for me, very painful, and then also very upsetting. And I wasn't ready to face those emotions that would come as a result of that. So I was in my spiritual bubble and I didn't let anything that was considered negative by me to come close to me and to affect my spiritual bubble. So that was one extreme. Now these days I went into the opposite extreme, and because we are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is all about finding out the truth. Scorpio is interested in hidden agendas, in the underworld, wants to know everything, all the secrets. I can feel that. We have just had a new moon as well in Scorpio, so I can definitely feel that I want to know the truth right now, because I am ready for that. I am doing it very consciously, and I consciously know as well, and I notice these days that I went into the opposite extreme of doing too much research about these things and really triggering myself. But because I'm doing it consciously and I'm not stopping myself from receiving any information, then I'm not being affected either. There's no fear about those emotions controlling me, because I can control those emotions. I am behind those emotions because I am consciously allowing myself to hold both extremes, because I am big enough to hold both extremes. I will soon come back to the middle. When you are trying to moderate yourself and not to go to a certain extreme, then you are controlling the situation. Therefore, you cannot maintain balance. When you are controlling something and you're moderating something, like not to go there because it's an extreme, then that tiny bit of piece of that extreme that hasn't been discovered or experienced will be always there. And you will go there at some point anyways. So yeah, go and experience both extremes, so you can say that you are neither of them. You will no longer identify yourself with any of them. You will be both, but neither of them at the same time. And at some point, the GFL or the Pleiadians were saying as well that this period of time is all about holding the tension of the opposites. And you will be facing those opposites big time at this time. So there's no point for holding yourself back from experiencing both sides. So in today's video, I want to talk about an agenda that has been in the making for some time, behind the scenes. And I do believe that this is something that we are being distracted from with everything that we are hearing in the mainstream media. When there's a big deal, something going on in the mainstream, and they are talking about that constantly, then you always have to ask yourself, what is that they are trying to distract us from? And this is something that was considered to be a conspiracy theory a few years ago, and it's related to the economy. And nowadays, those that are orchestrating it are talking about it so openly that it doesn't cross the everyday person's mind that this is actually a hidden agenda. And I'm talking about the Great Reset. The Great Reset, that was an expression used by conspiracy theorists, but it was publicly used and openly used first time a few months ago at the World Economic Forum, when they were saying that this is an agenda, this is a goal that will benefit everyone, that will bring equality in the world, when you will own nothing and you will be happy. This is their slogan. And I also want to reshare with you a few messages that I received back in July from the GFF, from the Arcturians, and from the Pleiadians, because they shared some information with us that I think it's very, very relevant. And I tend to just channel information and channel, but without really reflecting on them. So I was guided by the Pleiadians to do a little bit of recap about these messages. So this is what I'm going to do. I will be sharing those messages with you. And then at the end of the video, let's see how much time I still have. I want to do a bit of a tarot and oracle card reading, and to check the 1111 portal that is approaching, and that will be very, very significant in terms of energies and upgrades and downloads and so on. And it's a great opportunity for us to jump timelines, to do a quantum leap. And I also want to check, based on the current energies, what is the most probable outcome. So which timeline we are on. So I will be checking those things in that reading. Okay, so before I get into this great resetting, I really want to thank you, all of you who shared my messages on other social media platforms or on their blogs. I'm so thankful, guys. My aim is really to raise awareness about what is going on behind the scenes, and you are helping me with that immensely. So thank you. And then also, if you resonate with my messages and then with the message of my channel in general, then you can feel free to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And then you can also hit the notification bell, because I'm uploading every week. And you can give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, you can give it a thumbs down. So let's talk about the Great Reset. What is this? So first, they started to talk about this at the World Economic Forum a few months ago. And to be honest, when I first saw that, because I didn't even know about this, but when I saw that this was so publicly talked about, it really triggered me. So what the World Economic Forum is claiming, and you can watch videos from them about the Great Reset, there are a few of them. So they are saying that this pandemic has changed the world economy, and it has changed things so much that we cannot continue on the same path as we used to be, which sounds great. So the solution for that, and in order to combat that 1% who owns 44% of the wealth of the world, which is not fair when it comes to those that are being considered middle class and the workers. So in order to combat that, we have to be equal. And the solution for that is to own nothing. You will own nothing and you will be happy. This is their slogan. And this, for an average, everyday person that is not willing to look for what is behind the scenes and is not willing to do their research, would sound amazing. But thank God, most people are doing their research. And yes, they are thinking for themselves. And when you do your research and you look at who are sponsoring the World Economic Forum and who are their members, you will notice that their members are actually the 1%. So you have to be very, very asleep in order to buy into the fact that what they are doing is against the 1%, when their biggest sponsors are the 1%. The 1% will be the one who will benefit from everything that the World Economic Forum is promoting. It's their agenda, and it's not going to benefit you as a citizen. In fact, if humanity is not waking up to what is going on and is not getting back its power, then it will lose its sovereignty big time. It will lose it completely. And we will not have even the illusion of freedom as we used to have it, because money used to give that to people, that they can do whatever they want, that they have a good paycheck, then they can travel wherever they want and they are free. Now, that will be taken away from you as well. You will be given a jail, and you will be convinced that you have been given a castle, that you are not living behind the bars, you are living in a castle. So let's talk about what is their agenda and what is this you will own nothing and you will be happy thing. The pandemic in 2020, it was a great way to pave the way towards this Great Reset. So that was orchestrated in order this change to be introduced. The change and the restructuring of this society that has been planned for a long time. And the plan was very well thought out, because what they did last year, and I talked about that in my previous video, they basically, the Federal Reserve, has pumped $11 trillion into the financial system, meaning that 33% more money was printed in the past 18 months compared to previous years. And it was done with a purpose. And the purpose was to create hyperinflation. And we can see the signs of that because prices are rising and wages are staying the same. So this hyperinflation, which we are seeing signs of, and we will see more signs of, and this economic collapse is affecting small businesses and everyday people like me and you. And everything that has happened during the pandemic helped big corporations to thrive and small businesses to close down. That was the orchestration. The orchestration was to reset everything to zero and to rebuild a new financial system that is based on one currency, a digital currency that will be accepted worldwide, meaning that the Federal Reserve will be not existing any longer. It will be transformed in something else, in a central bank. And what I think is crucial for everyone to know is that the Federal Reserve is not a governmental institution. It is a private institution owned by a few families, like the Rockefellers and the Rothschild family, meaning that a few families and a handful of people are in charge of the whole economy worldwide and the inflation, and they are dictating the rhythm. And what many people think about the Federal Reserve is that they control money and they supply money. And they don't do that. People like me and you and the non-bank entities are supplying money. What the Federal Reserve is doing, they are controlling the narrative. They are supplying the narrative and they are controlling the human psychology that is making them to be richer and richer every single day. And I'm talking about that 1%, that 1% that is owning the Federal Reserve. But don't worry about that. The Federal Reserve, as I said, will be not existing very soon. It will be transformed to something else. So it will be even worse because soon they want to introduce this digital currency that will be used worldwide, and it will be very, very easily controllable. So they will have all your data. You will have no privacy whatsoever and no sovereignty, because if you go against the official narrative, they can take away anything from you. So you will be no longer paying with credit cards. You will be paying with other methods. I don't know which methods, maybe with microchips from under your skin. So you will be able to pay with your body. Whatever they want to introduce, I believe that they will introduce gradually, so it doesn't cause a lot of resistance from people. People tend to accept everything in the name of scientific evolution and technological evolution. I was talking to someone the other day who is not really on my energetic level, and I told them about this thing, and they said that, oh, why is such a big deal? You're paying with your credit card anyways. Why is such a big deal that in the future you will be paying with a microchip from under your skin? So just telling you that this is the way that people think, and they don't find this odd at all. They actually find it normal. So we are really heading towards our privacy to be destroyed, to our sovereignty to be non-existent, and maybe at some point when the artificial intelligence will be linked directly to the human brain and the human mind and the body, then we will not even be able to make decisions for ourselves and to think for ourselves. We will be not able to use our discernment. But before that, the other agenda is to convince you that the road to happiness is to own nothing. You will own nothing and you will be happy. And I believe the purpose behind it is to reset everything to zero, to reset each generation to zero, and to leave you dependent on a governmental welfare system. They will not let you to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. And when we are looking at those people that are not self-sufficient and are relying on the governmental system, are actually very damaged when it comes to their psyche. So imagine an entire society that is dependent on a welfare system. It means that it will be no prospering in a system like that. Because on a welfare state, when you do nothing but you are dependent on your government, it makes you rot and it makes you die inside. That will be an indirect destruction of the human psyche, creativity, and sovereignty as well. And if we don't wake up, then this is where we are heading. And it sounds very, very futuristic, but it's actually closer than we think. But I believe that we will not get there because humanity is waking up to their divine essence and divine potential, and we are taking back our powers. And it's humanity's destiny that we will prevent this from happening. But the only question is how far this will go before there is a shift that happens. And what does it mean to own nothing and to be happy? Because if we are taking these words literally, it means that what you are owning right now, whatever possessions you are having, properties or other things as well, will be no longer owned by you. It sounds like Marxism and communism undercover a little bit, or communism remastered. Many people are actually thinking about solutions and how can they prevent their possessions, properties to be taken away from them, and how they can prepare for these hard times. Many people are planning to go off-grid and to have this self-reliant self-sufficient living, creating their own electricity, their own power, which is a great idea. And then growing your food as well. I'm thinking about that as well. So if things are going bad, then this is what will happen. But if we start focusing on those solutions and then buying gold and buying Bitcoin if shit hits the fan, then we will be planning for defense, basically. So I do believe that we do have to know about these things, but we have to get prepared for the best case scenario, and we have to imagine the best case scenario, that this great reset will never take place. So that's why I always say that we do have to have a grounded approach. We do have to let ourselves to experience all those negative emotions that come to the surface due to the realization of the truth and what is going on, because seeing behind the scenes is very upsetting. But we have to let ourselves to go to that extreme and imagine what if, but then to come back to the middle and to see things clearly and to realize that yes, we can change. Yes, we can flip the coin and we can prevent this dark future from manifesting. We are here with that mission. We are not here with the mission of being afraid of a totalitarian order that will take over, and there's no point of all this, and there's no point of the light work that we are doing. We are the holders of the light, and we are here to bridge. We are here to be the bridges between the third dimension and the fifth dimension. And Dolores Cannon is saying in her books that those of us that are incarnated right now, we are bridging, meaning that we are in this fourth dimension, so to speak, that is the bridge between 3D and 5D. You are not supposed to be in 5D yet completely. Because if you were there, you would not be able to help those that are waking up right now when this shift is happening. And even if you are having a fifth dimensional consciousness, a fifth dimensional frequency, you are still being asked to be in 3D right now, in this physical material world. And let's not mix the two of them. So we are here, right now, in this physical body, and we have to act accordingly by embracing both negative and positive. Within oneness, embracing both polarities and making the highest choice. The choice of love over fear, the choice of unity over separation, and the choice of compassion over blaming others and judging others. And I know that we are on the right path because we have been told many times by Source, by the GFL, Pleiadians, Arcturians, that the highest outcome is assured. And the fact that there's chaos in the world right now and the world is going really crazy means that there's a healing crisis and a healing is taking place. So the worsening of the symptoms that we see playing out, it's a great indication of the world being healed at this time. So our worst nightmares will not going to be manifested as long as we are focusing on the best outcome. And it's there, it's being manifested. We can jump timelines anytime, and we have to keep doing what we are doing. So let me share these encouraging messages that I received back in July. So I will read them for you, and then after that I will check the energies and what timeline we are on, basically. By the way, you will find in the description box below all the videos that have the full messages of these channelings that I will be sharing with you now. So there is a message from the Galactic Federation of Light from July, where they talked about the systems, and they said, "These are not easy times. These are those crossroads that you have been waiting for hundreds and thousands of years. These are the times which many people were talking about prior to your incarnation. You knew that these are the times which for you have incarnated for on this planet, to experience them and to be of service. Yes, there's a lot of suppression, and you are sensing that correctly. There's a suppression coming from your government, and there's an agenda taking place at this very moment. Millions of your people are aware of that and are trying to prevent the agenda from happening. But the only thing that you can do is to find joy in your everyday moments. We know that it's not easy. We know that you are being pulled back energetically from the path that you feel the most comfortable and joyful on. There are some counter forces that are trying to pull you back and keep you on low vibrational frequencies, to keep you in fear and in alert mode all the time, urging you to focus on survival. These attempts are enforcing the imbalance of your lower chakras, your lack of safety in the world, and your suppression of your creativity and your ability to express that creativity. This counterforce is trying to keep you on those low frequencies, but we are here to assist you to find empowerment in the smallest victories." And this is what they are doing right now as well. That's why they are sharing these beautiful messages. And they continue to say to find joy in the beauties of the nature, in spending times with our loved ones, in practicing activities that are making us to feel joyful. And they say that they are here to assist us to create that path that is allowing us to do. So there's a lot of help from the Galactic Federation of Light. And they continue to say, there's a restructuring taking place that will continue to take place in the upcoming months before you enter in 2022. And it will be not an easy journey for many of you, and you are aware of that. And they also say that these are the times that we have chosen for ourselves to experience, and then we can overcome that with compassion for all the souls. And then they continue to say, these are those qualities that the central governmental systems are trying to suppress and to make you feel that you are not valuable enough and you are powerless. There are many tactics with which they are trying to suppress the divine within you and the ability to be in the present, to feel free on this beautiful planet. They don't want the unity consciousness to take place. They don't want you to enter the fourth density consciousness, which is happening nonetheless. And it's happening because you have created that experience collectively. So that was from the GFL in July, and then there's one from the Pleiadians as well. And I received this message. I channeled this before the full moon that was happening at the end of July. So they are talking about the full moon as well and the energies. So they said that all those aspects that need to be balanced, this full moon will provide you insights in your collective as well, about what structures need to be replaced and reorganized, what structures are the ones that are screaming to you to change, that are in your face telling you that if you continue on this path, then you will lose sight of the purpose of your essence, then you will give up on what is your birthright and your very nature. So now, connecting the dots, I do understand that they were actually talking about the plan, the Great Reset. And then they continue to say, those are the systems that will change. Those are the systems that are not supporting evolution and your sovereignty as an independent soul, as a creative co-creator of the universe. The suppression of such realizations can no longer continue. And you all know that, and many people are waking up to that realization. Many people are understanding that there's no more movement forward, and in order for their lives to change, they have to take certain steps, and those steps are uncomfortable. But they need to be taken because there is that aspect of yourself that is screaming inside of you to set it free, and to let go of those aspects that are no longer providing you with a lesson that benefits any further the expansion of your soul. Future will be related to what is happening right now. You are currently writing the future and your destiny, and the choices that you are making at this very moment are writing the future of this whole collective and the future of this galaxy as well. However, do not be worried, child, because it is all being taken care of, and it will all fall into place in the best possible manner and the most optimal outcome. The collective and your society will reorganize itself. We cannot tell you how it will happen, even though we understand your curiosity, because there are many things that need to be sorted out, and the outcome can be of many already existing possibilities, of an infinite number of timelines. However, we can tell you that it will happen, and the universe will take care of it. Your consciousness will take care of it, because you are the universe, and the universe is within you. So that was the Pleiadians. I was guided to reshare these messages that I received in July. And then now I will reshare a part of the message that I received for the first time from the Arcturians in July as well. So the Arcturian said, so that was my first Arcturian channeling. We are the Arcturian collective, and we are an intergalactic species that has been around for many eons, and we are ancestors of yours together with the Pleiadians, Sirians, and other intergalactic species that you resonate with. We are shedding light on those aspects of your planet that have been hidden, and we are assisting with the exposure of the systems, of the corruption and the underground agendas that have been taking place for a while. We are having the benefit of your planet as an objective because that goes beyond a single planet. It goes beyond a single universe. The assistance that you are receiving is very needed right now, not because you are not powerful enough as a species, but because our powers and loving consciousness together can create unimaginable things. And so we are here to let you know that you are powerful, and to let you know that you can rely on us, and to encourage you to believe in yourselves. And as you do, possibilities will open up for you. The universe will open up for you, and it will create new universes. Behind the scenes, there's so much more happening than you can imagine. There is so much more purpose. There's so much more resonance. There is so much more than your human minds can comprehend. And it's all happening for the benefit of the whole, for the benefit of the collective consciousness. You are very powerful creatures, and we are aware of that because you are coming from us. We are responsible for your seeding. We are responsible for your awakening as well, because we are one. So these 3 messages I was guided to reshare. So these are just small parts, and as I said, if you want to listen to the whole channeling and the whole message, then I will provide with the links in the description box as well, and then up there as well. So there's a lot of positivity that is happening, and if we let ourselves to be disillusioned by what is going on the surface, what is being presented to us by the mainstream, then we will miss the point. And we will lose hope, and we will start to focus on the worst nightmares, and we will manifest that basically. Keep in mind that we have so much help, and I wanted to remind you of that today with these messages, that we are being helped, and we have to ask. Asking is so important. And if we ask for help and we allow it to happen, then divine intervention is possible, angelic intervention is possible, extraterrestrial intervention is possible. And the only reset, the great reset that will be happening, will be orchestrated by us and by the divine, not by them. It will be the people that will change the world. It is the Aquarian age where people are waking up to their own power. They can interfere with it, they can postpone it, and they can be desperate about it to manipulate timelines, but eventually it will happen. It is humanity's destiny. So let's check the timelines a little bit, if we were talking about that so much. So I want to pull a few tarot cards to check which timeline we are on right now. And if you hear a noise, know that it's coming from the outside. There's some construction going on, or I'm not sure what is going on outside. I'm curious how this reading is going to go, because I don't really do tarot readings. Spirit, please let us know what timeline we are on right now. What is the most possible outcome? So I had the King of Wands popping out in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. We have Queen of Cups. Wow, a lot of emotions. We have 10 of Wands. We have 5 of Wands in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune upright. That is great. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Wands in reverse. So keep in mind that this reading is based on the current energies. So what is the most probable outcome? That is based on the current energies. It's very interesting because we have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups always talks about an opportunity, a beginning of something new. So it's not a promise, but it's an opportunity of something new. And the Ace of Cups normally talks about an overflow of emotions, but can also talk about a fountain that is never changing, that is forever there, and the resources are forever there. So this can indicate the resources, the inner resources, the emotions, the intuition that is needed for a new beginning. What a beautiful wolf. What beautiful eyes he has. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which is always an individual that is super empathetic, knows how to handle the emotions. And she knows how to handle those 2 wolves as well. So the emotions are being presented by those beautiful wolves. She's empathetic, you can rely on her. So if there's an outcome, it will be based on that inner resource that we have within us. And then we have the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands always indicates a completion. An end of a cycle where those ones that we have been carrying with us, and they have been a burden, and they cause challenges, and upheavals, we can finally lay down those things and we can carry on without them. Our lives don't have to be hard. We can let go of the challenges and we can move forward without those problems and without those things that have been holding us back. So it's a great omen that we have that. But then because we have the 5 of Wands and King of Wands in reverse, That means that we are not quite ready to let go of those burdens. Look at that horse. In upright, the horse is ready to go, is ready to jump, is ready to change its circumstances, but because it's reversed, there's a delay in that. So we are not there yet to jump. And then this also indicates like a retreat, being tired, and we have to retreat first. So there are some things that we still have to work on. The outcome is there, so the outcome is positive, but we are not yet there. We are not ready to jump. And then we also have at the bottom of the deck, we did have the Eight of Wands in reverse, which is also indicating delays. But what is absolutely amazing is the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And that, for me, talks about humanity's destiny to ascend to the new earth. So no matter how hard they are trying to prevent us from this ascension, no matter what we are going through right now, the good luck is in our favor. The Wheel of Fortune will turn in our favor, and we have a lot of help for that. It's our destiny to close those karmic cycles and to get to a new cycle. So this is a completion of a hard cycle. And as soon as the healing happens, which we are going through right now, and that's why we have so much chaos, we will be ready to jump to the new earth. But this is assured. There might be delays and things might not happen instantaneously, but eventually they will happen. As long as we are having compassion for each other, as the Queen of Cups does, and as long as we know how to handle our emotions and how to control them, and we are using our intuition as well, but we are doing that because she knows how to handle those two wolves. So we are on the right path, and that will get us to that outcome that we want so badly. So we have a great opportunity now to turn things around. It's not a promise, but it's an opportunity. And it's up to us if we grab it or not. So based on the current energies, everything will work out. But we are not quite done yet with the work. And for now, we have to take a step back and to reflect on many things and focus on our healings. And then we will jump. So let's check the 1111 portal, and I will close this reading and I will finish this recording after that. So I will pull a couple of cards to check with the energies of this 1111 portal, which is a great opportunity for us to jump timelines. The energies are going to be so intensified. And it indicates stability, 1111. It's a master number. And we have 2 on both sides, and that is stability. So we can definitely create that stability. So we have Guardian Angel, you are not alone. And we have Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Look, there's so much blue energy. I mean, look at that. It is the divine intervention that I was talking about, and then the angelic intervention as well. Father Sky, trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that he's lovingly leading you forward. Exactly, and we have a great opportunity at the 1111 portal to create that timeline, as I was saying. And we have a lot of divine help from Source Energy, who is ensuring that everything will be fine. Father Sky is there and it's watching and it's making sure that his children are going to be fine. And we have the Eagle as well, which is indicating a higher perspective that can be gained during this 1111 portal. And we need that. Humanity needs that higher perspective. We need to see beyond those things that are happening on a surface level. And then we also have angelic help, divine and angelic help. But that intervention to take place, we need to ask. We need to use our free will, because none of these entities and Source either will not interfere with our free will. And then guess what is at the bottom of the deck? Of course, is the Eagle. See things from a higher perspective. There you go. So 1111 is a higher perspective and an opportunity for that. Exciting, challenging, beautiful times are ahead. They will not be easy, we have been told, but the outcome will be worth it. So we have to focus on that, and we have to see ourselves as creators, powerful, divine beings. If the message was resonating with you, then share it with others. You can feel free to subscribe to my channel as well, as I said, and then hit the notification bell because I'm uploading every single week. So take care of yourselves. Don't forget to meditate on the 1111 portal because it's a huge opportunity, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Kisses to you all.